What up, everybody? It's Hector from Under the Oak. Today we are doing our very first video for the YouTube channel, so that's super exciting. We're going to be reviewing Doctor Strange, the latest Marvel movie that's come out with Benedict Cumberbatch. And please just bear with us with the editing. I know we're still in our very early phases, so we're just going to go ahead and jump right in, so please enjoy. Okay, so in terms of the review, what was your take on the movie?
It was definitely strange in good and bad ways.
Okay.
Like, there were things about it that could have been better, but it wasn't terrible. Like, it was definitely, it wasn't one of Marvel's, like, killer movies. Like, you didn't have to see this movie. But from, like, a comic book fan's point of view, it was good, but I honestly felt like it wasn't all about Doctor Strange as, like, a whole. Like, it was an origin movie that set up more future Marvel, like future things to happen in Marvel, and it wasn't heavily focused on Doctor Strange himself. We didn't get like a lot of depth into Doctor Strange. It was very like linear. He's hurt. He's looking for a way to fix himself, but he finds things beyond our everyday kind of like comprehension. That like there are a lot of setups,
Right.
that we're definitely going to see Strange interact like outside his world, which I feel is really cool.
Fans of Marvel cinema knew this was definitely just kind of like a setup for the entrance of Thanos. So the Infinity War series, which from what I hear and what I've been reading, is supposedly the Infinity Wars is supposedly going to be the last in this series of movies.
It's going to be the last like big movie we're gonna get in terms, like, we might get some like little stuff, like maybe like I don't know, maybe some like minor characters, maybe like a She-Hulk movie would be kind of cool, but we're not gonna get like a big cinematic like high production value movie. This is what I know about the Infinity War. The Infinity War is a 3-part movie, and it's, as you know, it involves all the Infinity Stones all coming together. So I mean, it's not hard to figure out. There's gonna be a time where every single superhero in the Marvel universe we've seen come together, not just the Avengers, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, the Guardians of the Galaxy, and now Captain Marvel coming out with her stuff. Like we're gonna see the universe in one shot, and it in terms of like character, I feel like Benedict Cumberbatch and the way that they like portrayed him in terms of story as well was really good, because when we first see Doctor Strange, even in the comic books, he is who he is in the beginning of the movie. He's very selfish and very self-centered, and so then we see like a lot of that, because his whole thing is that, if you don't know, he is a very brilliant like brain surgeon, and he gets an accident, he hurts his hands.
He's kind of like the Tony Stark playboy of the medical world of the.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So he hurts his hands, and now he can no longer work, and he actually, becomes poor. He spends all his money just trying to fix himself, but then he finds out that, the core of it is, there are things more important than you. Which again is very good in terms of like story and original character in comic books. That's all linked. The things that I found, again, no pun intended, to be strange, where the actual like whole like evil plot in terms of like the villain's like motive, they don't really explain it very well. It's just basically Dormammu, who is a very well-known Doctor Strange villain. He has basically influenced these wizards to become evil and use his power, which just makes him stronger. It's nothing like we kind of haven't seen already, which I think was kind of what was the bore factor for me. It was just, oh, okay, so like as you're watching it, you're kind of able to put pieces together a little too easily. So I think that was kind of the issue.
So that was
that was one of the issues. Sorry?
So that was a weak point or a drawback for you. The story wasn't something out of the ordinary. It wasn't strange enough.
Yeah. Like, for me, I try my hardest. Like, in terms of like going to the movies to see a Marvel movie, I try my hardest not to watch like an origin movie. So like, I didn't see Captain America 1, I didn't see Thor 1 or Iron Man or anything like that, because again, me as a fan, I kind of know that already. I felt like, oh, this is going to be good, and I don't have to worry about that. But then I think I kind of got tricked into doing that. Like, oh, I saw an origin film, and it wasn't exciting for me because I know all of this.
Right, right.
You know?
So
yeah.
So in terms of like a movie, like a standalone just movie, in terms of like not knowing any of the pre-context to going to see this movie, if you were just like a normal average person, what kind of rating do you think you would give this movie?
Out of 5, I would definitely give it like a 4.
Okay. So still up there.
Yeah, just like ignoring everything that like I know about like the Marvel universe itself. It was a good movie. Yeah, like it was a good movie. It again, like for me personally, it just there were things that could have been explained a little bit more in detail. But other than that, it was good.
Okay. And if you were gonna, would you recommend this movie to like the average person, as opposed to a comic book fan?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I would recommend it to both, like the average person and the comic book fan, just to see like their takes on it, you know?
Right. So basically, it's not like destroying, or you wouldn't discourage anybody from seeing it because of like the points that you found that were maybe a little too weak in the movie. It doesn't discourage anybody from seeing it.
Oh no, definitely. I definitely recommend you to see it, and really just like get your own opinion on it, you know?
Sure. Cool. Well, we're gonna go into some spoilers right now, like I said. So everybody who does not want any Doctor Strange spoilers, please go ahead and just end the video right here. We're doing it mullet style, so right now we're entering into that point where we're going to go into spoilers. So again, I'm just giving some talking time, so whoever doesn't want to see it can go ahead and stop at this point. But I know we were going over it already, and one of the major, or I think the major spoiler in the movie is at the end, the famous Marvel end credit scene kind of thing. So why don't you go ahead and explain that, and let's just get into it.
Okay, so there are 2 end credit scenes. The first one, I think, is the biggest, just because we see Thor. Thor kind of comes out of nowhere, and he's having a sort of like meeting with Dr. Strange because
which again, if people haven't seen other Marvel movies leading up to this, Thor has stepped away from the Avengers. So
yeah, Thor has stepped away from the Avengers because he. As you've seen, I'm pretty sure it was in Avengers 2. Yeah. He's gained knowledge of these Infinity Stones, and he's become aware of how rapidly they're kind of popping up. So he's gone to personally investigate that. And also at the end of Thor 2, we see, because this does tie into that, we see that Loki has taken place of Odin, and Odin, as far as we know, is missing.
Right.
So somehow, some way, through his magic, Doctor Strange has become aware of that. Because another spoiler, the Eye of Agamotto itself is the Time Stone.
Okay.
That he carries himself. So that's how we're gonna get Doctor Strange tied into the Infinity War, because he carries one literally on his person.
Sure. Okay.
Which is very cool. But basically, as we all know, Doctor Strange protects like the doorway that leads to several dimensions. For those that don't know, that aren't an adamant comic book fan, one of those dimensions is Asgard. So
basically, he's a gatekeeper.
Sorry, say that again?
So in essence, he's a gatekeeper.
Yeah. He becomes the last of the sort of gatekeepers at the end of the movie. So yeah, that's like a big thing too. Okay. So he's talking with Thor, and he understands that, hey, your brother's very dangerous, and I don't want him coming here, so I'm gonna help you in your next journey or endeavor to not only find your father but to stop your brother, because I know how powerful he is, and I don't want him messing up what I got going on right here.
So basically, what that end credit is saying, what this end spoiler is saying, is that we're gonna see Doctor Strange in Ragnarok.
Yes, we are going to see Doctor Strange in Thor 3.
That is awesome. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, me too. I was very happy to see that. I thought that was very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, they didn't say. I mean, there's been rumors of Hulk being in it. They showed, the armor of
Mm-hmm.
Planet Hulk armor kind of stuff, and you're just thinking, oh wow, like this is gonna be something that's gonna happen,
Yeah.
and they completely did not. Nobody ever said
Mm-hmm.
anything about Strange being part of that movie as well. So I think that's
Yeah,
really
exactly.
really cool. And in terms of paving the way for future Marvel movies, I think this is just Marvel's just doing a great job of integrating all
Oh
these
yeah.
different storylines into this one funnel conflict that's going to happen with Infinity Wars. And like I know you said it's a 3-part movie, and it's going to be a trilogy, and there's going to be cliffhangers at each one of these different parts and stuff like that. But it's going to be so jam packed with just awesomeness. If you thought the Civil War was awesome because of all the characters that they displayed, I mean, is going to be like double, triple that. So
Right.
it's going to be pretty cool. All right, awesome. Well, I see you're getting an alert from Zordon, so I'll go ahead and
yeah.
this might be a good time to just go ahead and wrap up. Thank you for your opinion. Again,
Yeah.
you did give it a 4 out of 5, which is pretty great. And if just because we didn't intro anything, we are the dudes from Under the Oak. My name is Hector.
Yep.
And you are?
This is Nate.
Cool. So Nate is our writer, or one of our writers, and I'm the lead artist, art director. So thank you for checking out this video. We hope that we provided you with some intel. If you haven't seen the movie already, go ahead and check it out. I haven't seen it, so maybe I'll do a reaction video when I come out, and maybe we'll have like a little, we'll have more of a back and forth kind of thing going on. Does that sound
That'd
good?
be cool. Like a little debate.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe, my opinion won't be the same as yours, but, hey, I think you have actually more contextual knowledge than I do, so I might go into, I'm going to go into it like, just an average person, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know too much about Doctor Strange. Obviously, I know he's, part of Avengers Dark, and I know he's, this wizard, and, all this kind of stuff. Basic of powers, stuff like that,
Yeah.
but I don't know too much about his backstory. Again, I've given probably all the information I have, I've given it in this video, so I think it's going to be cool for our varying opinions and stuff like that. So awesome, Nate. It was great talking to you. Let's do this again. Cool. All right. Under the Oak, out.